Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today, as always, a massive, unfair force of Ice Court troops is bearing down upon us somewhere in the north. Bearing down, obviously an intentional pun, and not something that I only noticed after I said it. And I realized something. Well, I was looking at the footage for the last episode, making sure that the audio actually went into the file. I remembered Iglixis has Lightning Strike now. There is absolutely no reason for us to allow this battle to occur when I can just retreat, probably end up falling back behind the settlement, and then I can just come after these armies one by one on my turn. Seems like the way better way to do things. Also, there's probably some version of that where I fall back and then they attack and take Black Gulch, and then we take Black Gulch back from them, which would actually be really handy. So yeah, let's go ahead and just retreat here. Lightning Strike makes a big difference. I should use it. Okay, so we went west further than I thought we were going to. Are they not going to give chase? Maybe they're out of movement. It looks like... Yeah, I guess they're just... Okay. They're just consolidating their positions. A couple of Ice Court armies that are feeling the need to go south to potentially deal with the ogre threat, which is great news for us. And here comes even more ogre threat. Yeah, if we can get the ogres and the Ice Court at each other's throats and distracting each other while we go to the Demon Realm, that would be really wonderful. Because, gosh, we sure do need to do that this episode, don't we? Yes, I will take this. That is fine. Yeah, because right now we are on 0 Demon Prince souls, and obviously that's going to be a problem for us in the long run. Oh, there's still the thing going on around the Forbidden Citadel where we have to figure out a way to not lose that settlement. Here come some vampires. Attacked and lost against Settlement Garrison. Not exactly what we were hoping for. That's actually really... That's a huge bummer. We need people to be making gains down there. So my feeling here is that probably the better move is to attack the weaker reinforcing army. We'll use Lightning Strike to deny reinforcements for the battle. Ambusher discovered. Oh, they were trying to set up a trick. I see. They were going to have Kastaltin waiting here looking vulnerable and then have Vladimir in front in ambush mode and then do an ambush with reinforcements. That's a good idea.
Demon Prince.
No higher power than
So
I.
Vladimir's army is... They got a lot of great weapons and a lot of light war sleds. Pretty low on actual bodies, all things considered. While Kastaltin's army is... They have the Little Grom, they have Warbear Riders, which seem fairly scary. Yeah, just like a lot of really elite troops. Particularly a lot of troops with specifically a huge amount of armor piercing and bonus versus infantry damage. So kind of really good against Chaos Warriors, I would suspect.
Demon Prince.
Yeah, alright, let's attack Vladimir Prvak.
Doom is upon them.
We will employ the Lightning Strike. Prevents reinforcements from arriving for both sides of the battle. However, your forces will start into the battle with reduced vigor. That's totally fine. Yeah, we should be able to win this quite easily. If I auto-resolve, it won't even kill any of my units. But, I bet we can outperform the auto-resolve. The thing is, are we gonna fall back after this? Because what I really want to do with Iglixis is, run back to the Doom Keep and spend a turn or two recruiting some powerful units and then hit the Chaos Realms. So we should still do it manually. So in the previous games, lightning striking somebody gave them a morale penalty in addition to preventing reinforcements from occurring, and I don't believe that vigor penalty was a thing. We'll see if they are still suffering from reduced leadership, but my guess is that it seems to be the case that they want to weaken lightning strike considerably, which makes a ton of sense because it was hugely valuable for a single skill point before. Not like actually mandatory to take out all your lords, but very often correct. Okay, so we get to start with a 20. They just have everything in their army has ranged, has arrows and stuff. Not a huge surprise. Okay, so
Chaos Warriors!
what we probably want to do is approach through the trees for the beginning of the battle.
Sealed to our steeds!
Have you approach on this side, have our flyers ready to approach on this side. I guess you can go with the cavalry. So they put most of the bears on the left, which is actually kind of awkward.
Chaos Warriors of Khorne!
Maybe the plan with these units is to try to advance behind the cover of these trees, because I want my faster moving killy units, especially anti-infantry killy units, to be up here, or to be on the side where all the soft stuff is. Yeah, who's still? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, we're all in a position.
Demon Prince moving. Hordes of Chaos!
Interesting, they're like canting their entire army to the side. I wonder why. Yep, changed their mind, going back to the other side. I don't think they actually have a plan. They are death frosting us. And we're not seeing an indication that they have damaged leadership, so they probably have removed the free leadership damage that came with lightning strikes before. Again, I think that's like extremely reasonable.
Chaos Warriors! Spread corruption!
So they're very nervous about my flyers. They're trying to make sure that they're never at an angle where the flyers could sneak up on them.
The aesthetics are lethal.
Being able to drag them all like weirdly out of position like this is probably going to be really beneficial for us. So like, are they? Yeah, they're all kind of facing sideways. I think we just send in the fast-moving anti-infantry units now. Actually, you focus there. You just kind of run forward. I'll figure out what to do with you later. You get out here and prepare for flank. Just charge forward, I guess. And is this the moment where we start pulling Chaos Furies just to like really screw with their positioning? Maybe? I think the Chaos Warriors are going to start charging. These units almost have firing range. I'm going to let them keep going where they're going. And you know what? Yeah, I am going to pull up this first unit of Chaos Furies. The enemy is almost certainly going to just collapse on them and kill them immediately, but that will require the enemy to turn, which is, I think, what we're really looking for here. We just want them to stop repositioning here.
Deliver unto Slaanesh.
We might be able to get a pretty pretty good whips off here. This might even be a good situation for shards. I'm definitely inclined to start with the whips. Right, like that's going to be strong. Yeah, pretty great.
Dance upon their corpses.
And then we have this big area in the middle here. I'm so concerned that I'm gonna cast slicing shards and they're all just going to clear out. In fact, I think it's basically guaranteed that that's what will happen. Let's have Iglixis come over here and chomp their lord. Have you move down like that. And I think it's time for the ranged core to basically just step up like this far and just open fire. Yep, we have all of our various cavalry units kind of sort of coming in here. Do I want to cavalry charge the war sleds maybe? They have 27 melee defense. So we could probably break them down pretty quickly. It would be cool to be rid of them. Yeah, I kind of want to throw this down. All right, let's hope. And as units continue to get closer, we got to be on the lookout for opportunities to employ the Locus of Grace. I'm actually going to have you come around this side a little. Okay, slicing shards are getting some real damage. Can we get a little bit of focus on this war sled unit? I would love to not have to worry about this thing anymore. I think you have a target. I'm not going to turn the blue horrors. We'll just let them fire into the direction they're already firing into. I am going to have them stop running though. Just open up. Just let them know. Let them know that we are here and we have many laser bullets for their faces. But these Chaos Warriors are still advancing. They're so slow. They're such slow units. Okay. Try something like that.
Who can I play with? Delighted to. I am ready. Come to me. My pleasure.
Oh, I forgot to fire Iglixis' thing before we actually landed our charge. It's fine. Okay, she should do some real damage there. Iglixis changed his mind. Not an option.
For the dark gods. Glorious bloodshed.
Okay, she's taking kind of more damage than I was expecting. Doing this.
Exquisite suffering.
Ow. Well, I also have expanding tear-shaped attacks. Thank you very much. Okay, that's definitely not a direction that you can be facing right now. I hate to tell you. Their lord is doing a really good job of evading Iglixis. We're having a hard time holding him down because he's cavalry. That's it. Just bump into him gently. There we go. Get some swings in.
The eternal hunters, guided by hunger.
Marauders!
A lot of these marauders are actually kind of getting their asses handed to them. Y'all can withdraw. That would probably be okay.
Guided by
Here, go hunt down
Bring us
fleeing
souls.
people.
Chaos Warriors of Corn. Glorious bloodshed. Evisceration.
We've almost got the breaks here, I think. These opponents are very close to giving up in a lot of cases. I don't think we need melee attack plus 24 anywhere, really. I guess we can summon some Chaos Furies over here, just try to get this resolved quickly. Yeah, a lot of wavering flags. That Frost Maiden is still alive, which is inconvenient and fixable. Hey, you know what? Help with the Frost Maiden. These Marauders should probably finish eating that dude alive. Your pursuit target disappeared? I don't know. Go hide in the trees.
Repulsive and alluring.
All scurry! Lacerate them!
Just cycle charge a little bit here. Gotta remind this war sled that they are losing. Okay.
Their flesh is my canvas.
Easy enough, but I didn't say you could leave. Is Iglixis 83, 72? Okay, Iglixis is technically fast enough to catch this guy. He might not do it before we run him off the map, though.
Bringing doom!
I would love to actually kill their lord.
My power!
Ah, you know what? It's fine. We'll kill him at the beginning of the next battle. So all in all, not too much damage. Our Allurus took more damage than I would like, but a lot of the units that took big damage outside of that are things that I would really be looking to replace, ideally. That said, this army does also just have open slots in it. Would like to patch all of these problems, please. I think we did kill all of the other characters, though. And I don't know if we're even going to try to attack Kostaltin. I think breaking his reinforcement stack and then just running back to the Doomkeep is totally a real strategy, potentially. Because, again, I do kind of want him to have enough strength left to take Black Gulch.
Fun for hungry demons.
Okay, we did kill several of their characters.
Demon Prince.
I think she could really use a Dawnstone, actually. You know, she's not even wearing any armor right now. She can have one of those enchanted shields. And then... So a third of the time, 20% damage resistance. I think I like the Dawnstone on her a lot. And... we don't actually have any more ancillaries for her. So... 2 points more armor. We're gonna finish getting a lot of this personal physical combat stuff.
Chaos reigns.
Casualty replenishment rate plus 30% for this lord specifically is definitely, like, it's interesting. Armor and defense up for those units. Is there any other stuff, like, really early in the thing? Really early in the trees that we want? Because everybody has, like, each of the gods has, like, 2 general buffs. And then 2 things that are specifically increases in effectiveness for the units. Or sorry, 1 thing that's increase in effectiveness for the units, and 1 thing that is Reign of Chaos rewards. Which do something, one assumes. I'm not really sure what the right move is from here. To the point that I may, in fact, leave these skill points in place. Once we have a better sense of what our actual... Actually, this is pretty cool. I didn't realize this didn't just apply to the one army. But once we have a better sense of what our later army composition is going to be, we'll know whether it makes sense to take the stuff from this box. And we don't have enough skill points left. To be clear, lords max out, characters max out at level 40. So the Slaanesh units are the only ones who can get these buffs. 15% weapon strength is like fine. 12 melee attack. I mean, like these are small bonuses for 3 skill points. I'll say that. Yeah, I think we're gonna take all of the levels of reinforcer. So all of my armies have better reinforcement marker move cost reduction. Are we allowed to? Huh. All right, we're gonna have to play with that next time we have a. What that suggests to me is that I can change which side my reinforcements are supposed to come in from under certain circumstances, which is not a thing that I understood to be true. All right, so we are allowed to just run back toward the Doom Keep, and obviously I want to go to the Doom Keep because the Doom Keep is where these big reinforcement buildings are, and we can get some fancy stuff. Although we still don't have access to the best stuff, partially because we just haven't had the money to buy the building upgrades. We can get some Heartseekers, which would be fun. If I leave Castalton here in this shape, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to stick to the plan. So is there a Chaos Gate? Okay, there's a Chaos Gate not too far from Doomkeep. Actually, there's a couple. Yeah, let's do it.
Faster or face my
Let's just get home. We broke up that army to some degree.
Marvelous. Magical.
So now, a question of what is to be done with Falco.
Supreme.
Do we have Falco just hang out near the altar and try to catch the enemies if they move that way? My read here is that Castalton is going to Black Gulch. And I want that to happen. I'm going to, for the moment, just take cover in the altar and get the improved replenishment, because we do need it. Also, we gotta remember to do this.
I am no one.
Okay, some of these units are looking pretty rough. They're gonna have a hard time taking down the Forbidden Citadel. At some point, the sensible thing to do is going to be to ride out and attack. That army's pretty strong. Every turn that we're sieged, my army's getting weaker. Close defeat, casualties high. I mean, they are messed up. But my army's mostly Nurglings, which is not good. Get some plague toads and stuff. I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna hope that we can keep working on him. Oh yeah. You should definitely be working here. Okay, beat the coin flip. Cool. So yeah, that was a fair amount of damage to that army, actually. Last of Change should definitely pick up more points. I think I want more points in assault units over finishing off Assassinate. So we're definitely doing a lot more unit assaulting. Don't think we want to spend money on any of that stuff. So yeah, okay. Next turn, Iglixis hangs out in the Doomkeep, starts a little bit of recruitment, and then we push, hopefully, successfully push into one of the Demon Realms with him while Falco tries to keep our holdings safe out here. And I think there's some version of this where that actually works, especially because the Ice Court is having to devote armies to the south so much. Like, I know we still have Castalton up here, but they're not sending all of the troops that they build up here anymore. Castalton attacked Black Gulch, but didn't actually take it, which is fine. He probably should have. Because they could have been getting that friendly area replenishment. Okay, Ogre army eats Ice Court army. Excellent news. I mean, until the ogres become our biggest problem. Listen, one big issue at a time.
All powerful.
For the moment,
Be a place.
we are very pro-ogre. A coordinate faction. You know what? Fine. I could really use the money. Defensive alliances are... They're not obligation-free, but they're certainly less obligation. And then with like 1 or 2 turns of recruitment plus that many turns of replenishment, Iglixis' army should be large and terrifying and healthy and hopefully ready to get something done. Yeah, Waldenhof is just going home, which is embarrassing for them and less than optimal for me. I really wish that we could get these vampires to just like do anything helpful. They tried, but I will say that it has been my experience in the previous Warhammer games, or I guess really mostly the first game, the AI does not play the vampires very well. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with these Scriveners of Fate. It kind of looks like they're planning to attack Black Gulch. Veditas wants to be marked again. I get it. Now that she's on a chariot, I think we're going to stick with the melee attack. All right, the northern provinces are going to Tzinch's realm.
Demon Prince. Seat of my power.
Okay, let's figure this out.
Join the ruinous crusade.
So now we have good recruitment speed on some slightly more compelling types of units. Still not quite there on the Friends of Slaanesh. We can get some Heartseekers, though. Shock Cavalry with pretty great charge bonus. Poison attacks, 114 speed is actually, like, terrifying. I mean, do we want more cavalry in this army? I kind of need better infantry. What is spawn? So double charge bonus when charging rear flank. Attacks of this unit reduce the enemy to a stupor, lowering their ability to attack and defend themselves. Is there an indication of the... Nowhere on here does it show the numbers, the numbers that creates, which sucks. It definitely should. Have here some Exalted Demonettes. Reduces enemy melee attack by 8 when they hit. Actually, pretty great combat stats. No armor to speak of, but... And 56 run speed is pretty okay. The thing is, I just don't know that this army needs more flanking. Alright, Alright, I'm going to commit myself to 2 turns of recruitment. We can't really pull anything of value into the global pool because we lost our Khorne recruitment area and the Nurgle recruitment area is under siege. So all we're getting here is Slaaneshi units.
Living weapons.
We're going to grab 2 of you, and then... Do I maybe want to trade some stuff out here for spears? I kind of think I do. I think I'm going to fire the bad...
Serve me.
Fire the bad cavalry unit, and maybe also the weaker unit of marauders, the lower XP unit of marauders, and bring in 2 units of spear marauders in their place.
I have no need of weak minions.
Just a little bit better anti-large, you know? And then we might try this loadout for the moment. We gotta get some of the advanced recruitment buildings going, though. This is a real bummer.
Me.
Alright, so you're gonna probably stay right there for another turn. Excellent news. Yep, and Kenlong's stuff is not it's not getting any healing because of all the plagues and whatnot. So maybe this is time to run out and attack them. Like, I sort of want them to attack us, right? Because we have supplies, we have the defensive advantage. But if they never do, if they just really wait and starve us out, which is a thing they are allowed to do, and I don't fancy my chances running out into an open field against all of those units. Those incredibly heavily armored, well-statted units.
Master. Yeah.
Falco's gonna stay put for a turn. You can go do this. Alright. We're discouraging them. Okay, so at this point, Cran has basically every meaningful map action skill. So we may as well start picking up combat stuff in case we decide we want to press Cran into combat at some point. So big spell resist, charge bonus and weapon damage, or just plus 40 melee attack. Let's take that. Locus of Wrath seems useful. Alright, so 2 turns, and then Iglixis runs through the portal. And we just have to hope that the Ice Court has other things to do the entire time. It does look like, in their weakened state, their army is drawing some attention. God, we never really did get our
Respects to me.
get our economy online here. I'm not going to do that. It is hard trying to manage multiple functional armies while fighting vastly superior sized forces when you never ever have money. Okay, it seems like Castalton is just leaving. I'll tell you what, if Black Gulch belonged to me instead of an AI faction, I feel like he would definitely take it. So many demon factions are moving so many armies into the south. I've never quite understood why the AI prefers to have multiple, like, 3/4 or even like 60% full armies as opposed to a smaller number of really packed and fully tricked out armies. But that's a thing that's been true since the first game. Okay. He became convinced that he could not win the siege and just fucked off. That is actually 100% fine by me. So now my settlement will actually be able to finish building its garrison structures. Unless those dwarves that are nearby start sieging us. One of your wilder-eyed cultists claims to have communed with the lesser chaos god Zuvasin. The Undoer, as he is known, is desirous to disrupt the age-old balance of ruinous power. So... Big campaign line of sight buff. I don't think we actually need this right now. So I'm going to take the one that doesn't require me to pay money. Alright, the Ice Court have hit Nurgle's realm. So we might want to go to Nurgle's realm too, because we might want to try to disrupt the Ice Court as much as possible.
This world will burn.
So are there any other changes that we want to make here? We have one more turn in which we could summon some stuff up. You grab some Flesh Hounds, which are not very different from Chaos Warhounds, it looks like. Oh, okay. They're like the large unit version of the Chaos Warhound. That's fine. We'd have to, I think, buff up our outpost a little bit if we wanted anything fancy. I really want to get to play with all of these mechanics, but like none of it works if we don't have a basic economy in place. So this will give us access to Pink Horrors and eventually the Exalted Pink Horror, while this could get us Screamers, Spawn, Forsaken, Flamethrowers. You know, there's something to be said for that. Yeah, go ahead and... but I probably need to build the garrison building first, honestly. As much as I don't love that. The Bay of Blades comes under attack extremely frequently. So yeah, I think let's go ahead and have this army move out. I don't think we have to defend the Altar of the Crimson Harvest right now.
Go, move.
Maybe I can catch Castalton in a compromising position or something.
Blood flow.
Okay, so we got this. That's a delight. Leveling it up does not add more units to the garrison, so we probably won't bother, but the extra 4 units is a big deal. Does give improved tower projectiles, I guess. And then we're also about to have that finished, so that's great news. And we need to build actual recruitment buildings here. That would be super helpful.
Hunger to slay. Blood reaper.
Let's try to make sure these dwarves don't feel like they can come over here and harass us. Okay, maybe we'll manage that later.
Circumcision, exorcise.
Now, if history is any indication, this will be the turn, since it's the turn before my stuff would...
Once I achieve true
before we'll be able to enter any of the Chaos Gates. This will be the moment where the AI forces start closing Chaos Gates around us in a frenzied manner. Just making my life as difficult as demonly possible. But I think I feel up to tangling with the Ice Court in the Plague Father's realm. That seems like a thing we should be able to pull off. So So if we can let their army get into a fight, then break them while they're weak, then get ourselves a soul, that doesn't necessarily make it impossible for other players to end up with 3 souls, but it at least means that we don't have to worry about the Ice Court beating us quite as badly. And I don't think we necessarily have to panic when the AI factions get their 4th soul. My guess is we will have the ability to intercede. There'll be some kind of dramatic campaign battle that they have to win that we'll have a chance to interfere with, just based on the way that Game 2's campaign was constructed. Oh, here come the vampires again. I'm pretty bummed out to see the ogres just sort of like scattering, but it looks to me like we are putting enough pressure on the Ice Court at this point. I don't know what Ken Long is doing, but it's going to be somebody else's problem. Had we seen Nurgle's realm? Was Nurgle the one we hadn't gone into yet? I think it is. So it's good that the Ice Court are leading us in that direction. At least I think, if I remember correctly, that they are leading us in that direction. Yes, they went Nurgle. Okay, let's stop them.
Chaos incarnate.
To the land of the Plague Lord.
The land of the Plague Lord. Be cautious where you step in this putrid domain. Nurgle's realm is a garden of bloated flora and fauna, desperate to spread their infected spores. And at its center lies the mansion of the Plague Lord, the great sagging edifice where Nurgle himself works to concoct his greatest poxes. Guarding the mansion's gates is the Gardener, the favored demon prince of Nurgle. Destroy him to claim his soul.
Okay, the Gardener. I can fight a Gardener. I feel ready to fight a Gardener. So, stroll through the Garden of Blight. They're very chatty here in the garden. Stroll through the Garden of Blight to reach the Plague Lord's mansion, then summon the Gardener. You cannot approach the mansion without immunity. Walk in Nurgle's realm and be exposed to pathogens and plagues to which even immortal hosts are not immune. Your army will suffer attrition, so to survive you must use your stances to carefully manage your time here. Look for immunity and other gifts, for Nurgle is a generous god at locations throughout his fetid realm. Before you approach the mansion, of course, you must go and receive the gift of immunity. Also, you're not welcome here, you know. Well, it looks like there's a location right next to us. Do we have a sense of where... Okay, so the Tsarina is over here. We know nothing about her army. We can't tell anything right now. Visit the Great Tree. Okay, that's interesting. Spurt mildew and Poxhand is way less gross than spurt mildew.
Supreme champion.
Okay, well I don't get to move anymore this turn, so we're gonna hit the lair of the Maggot Lord here, I suppose, next turn.
Supreme sorcery.
And how is Kastalton doing?
Die before betraying Kislev.
Still not great.
The
Critical failure. Okay. Alas is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible at his job. I'm gonna have Cran run down here and try to pick up the slack. Because, like, I don't think we're quite in a place where Falco could take Castalton. But we're getting closer. You know, I don't know. Some of these units are pretty messed up.
Change is coming.
And if we did win a fight against Castalton, I think it would be extremely helpful. Yeah, we're allied with you. So I think what I'm going to do right now is just stand here in ambush mode. Oh, that right. I can't get in ambush mode if the Slaanesh army can see me, even though the whole point of this ambush is to get the Slaanesh army to reinforce me in battle as I pull an ambush. Alright, we'll move a little bit up the pass, I guess.
Hide in flame, then
Because if we could get an ambush off on them, I think, you know, we could probably do some real damage.
I serve Orson.
Well, okay then. Castalton's, you know, he's ardent, if nothing else. I think there's a chance he's going to run down here and attack this army, and we're going to try to intercept him on the way. We'll see. That might work. That might be a good idea. Yeah, the combination of our lands being so super plagued that nobody ever gets replenishment, and us having a couple of heroes who are capable of actually doing a fair amount of damage to opposing armies with the hero actions, is meaning that we don't have to... We almost never have to fight an enemy who's even at like half strength. We need that kind of thing to continue. So my hope is, we're going to see exactly how this works. My hope is that in the... I don't know if he's headed more for the Doomkeep. Interesting. My guess is he's going to do what he has done several times before and run past the Doomkeep on the way to the Bay of Blades. But anyway, what I was saying is, we're going to have to see exactly what the mechanics of replenishment in the Nurgle zone are.
Remember who it is.
But we may have to just do... Yeah, I'll take this. A little bit of replenishment, or reinforcement mode creeping, which kind of sucks, because you move very slowly when you have to reserve 50% of your movement each turn for dropping into encampment mode. But I don't know if we'll have another choice. We really don't get a lot of time on these. And it's impossible to know if Katarin's going to find the good portal before we do. I don't know. It's tough to say. And I don't know if the immunity that they're talking about is immunity to all of the plagues of the area, or if it's just immunity to the thing that keeps you from entering the gardener fight. Maybe we'll get lucky, and this first event that we're right next to will grant us plague immunity and allow us to move around at full speed. And even more rogue armies are popping up somewhere. One of them was eliminated on the same turn. Okay, they did see through my ambush. That may well have had something to do with the thirst slaked. Okay, cool. That may well have something to do with their decision to move the way they moved. I'm going to turn around.
Chains. On discs we fly.
I think full sprint back to the Bay of Blades is perfectly reasonable. Let's go ahead and do this.
Prince.
And let's also see about the lair of the Maggot Lord. I sure do love to receive a gift from the Plague Father.
Search of conquest.
We have received... I've traveled the catacombs deep under the eternal swamps to the lair of the Maggot Lord. From its secretions, Pox Fulcrum has created immunity to many of Nurgle's deadliest diseases. So, Okay, a reduction in attrition, and all of our units got healed up there. And it didn't even eat my whole turn.
This world that spurned me will pay.
So we don't know where this will go. Our other option is to go through and try to fight this army.
Knuckles.
Well, we can do this turn if we march hard, so let's do it.
Across this land.
Okay, no, this is arriving in a new location within this world, but far from where you came from. So it doesn't... I don't know if we get to choose. I'm going to guess that we don't. Obviously, I would love to just, like, get teleported to here. But I think it's going to want us to make the run and fight these two armies on the way. And that sucks.
Hellish.
That's right, the jumping randomly through portals thing, I'm sure is just an element of Sieg's realm. You are in pursuit. You can increase the amount of income. Yep, do it. We are trying so hard. We've spent so much time trying so hard to build up a functional economy here. And it's still not really coming together. In a second here, once the Bay of Blades is ready to go to Tier 3, we won't need growth in this region anymore, and we can carve some stuff out and see about using the space that is currently devoted to growth to do something a little bit more effective. Okay, so I have no idea what Kistalton's army is doing. The best case scenario for us is he keeps taking damage, we whittle him down, he gets to the point where he can just barely take Black Gulch, he does so, and then we immediately devour him and take it back for ourselves. He may or may not get the choice though, because that is a big demon of Khorne that is coming for him.
Whatever could one soul find?
Oh hey, some proper Chaos Warriors. So if they work anything like they did in the first game, their whole faction mechanic is different. They don't need or want settlements, although they will want to burn a lot of settlements to the ground. Could be very good news for us, actually. If they're able to put any pressure on Kislev at all, it's pretty good news. Oh, the angry armies are spawning through the rifts. Things are going to get a little unpredictable. This may be what we need Falco to do, honestly. Let's start dealing with these. Right now, I don't think any of our settlements are so weak that they should be able to, the demon armies coming through the rifts should be able to just take our stuff. Not without a serious fight. But it'd be really cool if we could just wipe them out ahead of time, get nice and rich off of it. Do you think they show up with much pocket change? So...
Horror of horror.
do I want to try to push around to here? Also, our income has been bad every single turn of the game, in part because of the fact that we are always being raided for several hundred gold.
This fallen champion. You aid my conquest.
Alright, encampment mode requires 50% of my movement. So we're gonna do...
Once I was human.
Step to like
Shame.
here. Spend 1 turn encamped. And then we can attack Blistrorgal, the Lord of Aeg, on the turn after. It does suck a little bit that Tsarina Katerin spawned in a place where she was able to just run between the armies and didn't actually have to fight them. So she's close to this in 1 fewer combat than we are. But nothing we can do about it now.
Blood flow! March to war!
Actually, we have enough population already. So right now I'm generating control here. We could be generating plus 5% income from all buildings. I mean, that's not very significant. It's... Jeez. It's something. Yeah, I mean, we need it. We're not doing any of those upgrades.
It's me.
Shooting through our own turns remarkably quickly here. 9 turns left on the Chaos Rifts. So we really gotta... we gotta step it up here. Also, I have to look at... we keep getting demonic gifts, and I keep not checking to see whether I want to equip them. Probably a good idea to rebuild ourselves if we're going to before this battle. I am concerned, given her position, that if we go for Blistrorgal and we don't win like a pretty serious victory, then she's going to be in position to just turn around and attack us and probably win. Yeah, the fact that she got to do so much running without having to fight for it is it's definitely going to be an issue. Alright, Sultan's army got embarrassed. We don't have to worry about them too much anymore. And the ogres are trying. They're working on doing some real damage again. I have high hopes for the for the ogre excursion into Kislev.
Let us lay the world to waste for the Dark Masters.
The moment we get into a military alliance, somebody that we are militarily allied with is going to attack somebody that we are defensively allied with, and the whole house of cards is going to come tumbling down. Okay, sieging the Doomkeep, kind of what I thought was going to happen. That's why we have Falco running in that direction. Should be completely trivial to resolve. An old blind woman approaches your gates claiming she can change your fate for a laughably high price. No doubt she does not realize with whom it is she barters, nor the mortal danger she has placed herself in. We just get plus 50 allegiance? Slay the woman. The aged seer should be obliterated for her preposterous demands. Seems reasonable. Yet a peculiar half smile on her face seems to suggest she expects this fate. Flash of blue feathers below her sleeve. I'm gonna slay her. Because I don't really care about the bubonic swarm so much, but I do care about the exiles of Khorne. We have obtained the Taint of Nurgle. This is a bummer. That's really a bummer.
Ain't no place for me.
That's very bad. Falco, you're fired.
Unhand Torn's
His
herald.
army's probably not capable of threatening us. Like, I think I just go full speed here. My only concern was if we get close and then they turn around and attack us, will I be sad? But I think the answer is we'll be fine.
Have said
Okay, so let's take a quick look through some of our new options here. Now we're still rocking the Fueled by Rage because it's very good. Belled Horns are kind of neat, but like we're relying on the bonus melee attack. We did get a new chest just moments ago. We have an armored shrouded body, armored alluring body. Here we go. So you get the good chaos armor, you get the crappy foreboding ignition. Yeah, that's not much of a win, honestly. Body we're using now gives 10% ward save with chaos armor, which is, in my opinion, pretty tough to beat. I do think I like the melee attack over the 25 armor. Yeah, I think we're keeping that. Alright, right now my left arm's doing fantastic work. Probably don't want to change the legs out. Right now we're using that... We're using the tail with the set bonus, right? Slowly building toward the Armored Prince of Chaos. And right now we are still getting this, but it's, you know, it's a fine set bonus. I don't know that I would say it's any better than fine. So there is a version of this where we swap that out for something else. I don't know. I think we're going to keep it for now. So,
Nurgle herald.
a couple of soul grinders here. 360 range. So these are like artillery monsters. Chaos Furies spawn. We see some plague drones. Lots of things riding gross beasts of Nurgle. And then normal plague bearers who are kind of crummy, just, you know, poisonous. Poisonously crummy.
Walking embodiment of chaos.
Okay, so if we fight Blistrorgal and then we have the ability to back up almost at all, we can get back outside of Serena Catarin's movement range. So yeah, that's probably the move, but obviously this is a battle we're going to want to take manually, so I think that is how we will start the next episode. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. There is a chance. There is a chance that we can pull this off. This can happen. We could potentially, here on turn roughly 100, get our first Chaos Demon Prince soul. And then, you know, from there, it's just it's a smooth ride. The ball's rolling up the hill, right? So come back next time, tomorrow, to see how easy this all really is. And we'll see you then.